One West world. First, everybody. Bitch, it's more than we play up. Living by 50 in the gas tank. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever played up. Living by 50 in the gas tank. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it clean. Man, I'm too for real. Comfortable with myself with they fraud. Man, I'm too legit. Off the thermostat, can't hold me back. Trying to check my check. I had my weight, run my plate, really busy. Really in the field. Checking it, check me out when in doubt. I'm gonna make my bread. Never lose niggas. Food is a feast. Just know we all gon' eat. Niggas slick on my shit, pop my shit. My bro said this shit greasy. She don't like the message. I kick wisdom. I'm just rude as pieces. Tell my side, but not too much. They feel me. I know talk is cheap. I'm controlling it from a distance. This how it's supposed to be. Give her what she never had. Now she can't get over me. I understand they don't want a man. They just want company. Shorty know I'm all about my gravy. Trying to smother me. Get from under me. I ain't have no silver spoon. This shit come from underneath. I play for keeps. I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel V. I play for keeps. I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel V. This is more than what they ever played up. Living by put me in a gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever played up. Living by put me in a gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it clean though. One West world. First, everybody. Bitch, this is more than what they ever played up. Living by put me in a gas tank. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever played up. Living by put me in a gas tank. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it clean. Man, I'm too for real. Comfortable with myself with they fraud. Man, I'm too legit. Off the thermostat, can't hold me back. Trying to check my check. I had my weight, run my plate, really busy. Really in the field. Checking it, check me out when in doubt. I'm gonna make my bread. Never lose niggas. Food is a feast. Just know we all gon' eat. Niggas slick on my shit, pop my shit. My bro said this shit greasy. She don't like the message. I kick wisdom. I'm just rude as pieces. Tell my side, but not too much. They feel me. I know talk is cheap. I'm controlling it from a distance. This how it's supposed to be. Give her what she never had. Now she can't get over me. I understand they don't want a man. They just want company. Shorty know I'm all about my gravy. Trying to smother me. Get from under me. I ain't have no silver spoon.
Mic check.
Come from underneath. I play for keeps. I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel V. I play for keeps. I don't see nobody. This shit tunnel V. This is more than what they ever played up. Living by put me in a gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it. It's more than what they ever played up. Living by put me in a gas. Born in 91, pumping 93. Winter, Chevy pill, like a nectarine. But I keep it clean though.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle sat in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the brutal show. We could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found. The time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
That's right. We in the building. It is the ISUPK. That's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York, since 1969 under Commandant General Yohana. All right. And we've been called by the Lord, which is Jesus Christ, which is known to the world as Yahweh Shah Mashiach. He has given the order to Commandant General Yohana to rebuild the tabernacle of David that has fallen. And that's what we've been called to do. All right. So tonight's class is going to be on the spirit of the law. Sometimes we got to revisit these things. Sometimes we got to revisit certain things that we covered prior to, because our people, you know, we got new people coming in, and the new people that's coming in, they've missed these classes. All right. And sometimes you got brothers and sisters in the school that needs to revisit these classes. Yahweh Shah said things over and over and over. He always said things over. If you look at the scriptures and look at the way that the Most High is teaching us, he repeated things constantly over and over and over again. All right. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Tonight, we're going to look at the spirit of the law or the letter of the law. A lot of people like to say that ISUPK is under the law. Oh, y'all follow the law. Y'all under the law. Let me be clear. ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana, we are not under the law. We establish the law. We keep the commandments. All right? We keep the commandments. When Paul says and talks about being under the law, that he's not referring to us when he says that. And I'm tired of people saying it. Everywhere I go, oh, y'all under the law. Y'all under the law. Nah, we're not under the law. And as I began to break down to someone what being under the law means and being understanding the spirit of the law, then they got it. And they say, oh, y'all don't teach that. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know why you don't understand it? Because you don't keep precepts. You don't keep the precepts that is necessary for. So what does that mean? Let me explain this. Christians believe, give me Psalms 119. And we're going to start at verse 4. Psalms 119 and verse 4. You know, Christians believe in something called cross-reference. All right. And cross-reference is when they go to a scripture that has the same word that has a word in it. Like if it has the word Gentile in it, you go to a cross-reference with Gentile in it. Just because a word has Gentile in it in one verse, and then you go to another verse and it has Gentiles in it, it doesn't mean that it's talking about the same Gentiles. Precept has to, first of all, it has to be in context. And precept means that we have a law that determines our understanding. I want to say it again. We have something called precepts, and that helps us with our understanding. What you got up?
Book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast commanded us.
The Most High, he did that. The Most High God of the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on this side of the earth, this is what he said. Go ahead.
Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
Keep them. You keep those precepts diligently. And this is what it calls, verse 15. When you keep those commandments, which is those precepts diligently, this is what it manifests. It's right here. Go ahead.
Verse 15, I will meditate in thy precepts.
I will meditate in thy precepts. I meditate on the precepts day and night. I can't help it. I can't help it. It corrects my wrong. Okay. It helps me develop a right path. It does that. That's what it does. And it causes me to meditate on thy precepts. Go ahead.
And have respect unto thy ways.
And have respect unto the Most High's way. It's the Most High's way. It's not my way. His thoughts is not our thoughts. His ways is not our ways. So by meditating on the precepts, I have respect unto thy ways. It shows respect unto the Lord when you use the precepts. That's what it do. Verse 27.
Verse 27. Make me to understand the way of thy precepts.
Keep going.
So shall I talk of thy wondrous work. See
that? Make me understand it. In the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, that is our job. Our job is to get the lost sheep of the house of Israel awakened and back on the right track. And the only way to do that is through precepts. That's the only way to do it. There's no other way to understand the Bible. No other way. None at all. You have to use precepts because guess what? Men have precepts. Men have precepts, and men precepts are different from the Most High's precepts. It's completely different. You know what? I'm going to stay right here for a minute. Matter of fact, no, I'm not. Can you give me Isaiah 29 and 13? And then we're going to go back to Psalms. Listen, man has precepts. Actually, what we're going to do is I'm shooting from the hip. Go to Isaiah 29 and 13. And then we're going to go to, I think that's Matthew 5, where he talks about it's not what goes in your mouth that defiles a man. It's what comes out. So now I'm going to give you an example of a precept of men. All right. First of all, in Isaiah 29 and 13, this is what it says. You got it?
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore the Lord said, all right, there we go. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth.
What? This is what Christians do. they just disgust me. They do. They just disgust me in every single way. Christianity is worse than crack. I mean, Cap hit it on the news. Because a crackhead, when you see someone that's on that hard drug, they know they on a hard drug. They know they need help. They know they bending over. They know they frozen. They know they can't comprehend well. They know they can't move well. They know that they are sick when they're on drugs. They know they need help, but not a Christian. A Christian is about as sick as hell and need all kinds of help, but has no clue at all on why they can't stop doing what they're doing. And that's why it says, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, keep going.
And with their lips do honor me.
With their lips, they do honor. They say glorious things. I think that's in Daniel 7:25, I think, where he says they will speak great swelling words against the Most High, but they will wear out the saints or something like that. But my point is, you can say good things with your mouth. You can. But this is what it says. But, go ahead.
But have removed their heart far from me.
And that's what the letter of the spirit of the law is about. I want y'all to understand that. The spirit of the law is about that heart. It's about what you think internal. It's about the intentions of the law. The law wasn't intended to be just an external thing. Just the letter of the law. You do this, you do a sacrifice and you're good. You do this, you do a sacrifice and you're good. You do this, you do a sacrifice and you're good. When you got that mentality, it's not getting into the heart. It's not getting into the mind. It's just an external thing. All right. So he says, but have removed their heart far from me. Keep going.
And their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
In the precept of men. The precept of men. The precept of men. That's what your target is. The precept of men. Go back to Psalms 119 and then I'm gonna give them an example. Give me Psalms 119 and a buck. Give me Psalms 119. Y'all need to write these precepts down so that when people say you don't need a precept and they go to Isaiah 28 and they say, see, you don't need a precept. Precepts lead to our destruction. That's not what this is saying. You need precepts. And I'm going to tell you in a second what precept is. You got it? Let's get it.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 100.
Uh-huh.
I understand more than the ancients.
We in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana, we understand more than our ancestors. We understand more than your grandfather. We understand more than your grandmother. We understand more than them. And this is why. Go ahead.
Because I keep thy precepts.
Because I keep thy precepts. 104.
Through thy precepts, I get understanding.
This is the only way to understand the Bible. To meditate on those precepts day and night, and through thy precepts, I get understanding.
Therefore, I hate every false way.
Every false way I hate. We hate. One more, verse 29.
Book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 129 or 29?
129, I think it's 129.
P.E.
No, Salakia, 128.
128. Therefore, I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way.
We hate every false way. Every false way we hate. There's just bottom line. Now, what is a precept? What exactly is a precept? Give me Hebrews 9 and 19, I think it is, I used before, to show what the precept is. And then I'm going to show you the precept of men. Then I'm going to show you the purpose of the law. The law, remember, you got the letter of the law and you got the spirit of the law. Christ came to teach us the spirit of the law. And you can only understand that through precepts. You can only understand it through precepts. And I'm going to show you why. You got him?
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
For when Moses has spoken every precept to all the people according to the law.
According to the what?
According to the law.
So that's your precepts. Your precept is the
law.
It's the law. It's the law. That's what your precepts are. So you go, you know how they say the first 5 books is the Torah? Well, those first 5 books, that's the foundation of our law. If you look at any civilization, they have laws, they have rules. Laws, and then you have rules. Rules describe laws. That's what it does. Okay? So that statute helps you better understand that law. Okay, I want you to understand that. So when Christ came, they had the wrong understanding of the law. The same as I'm gonna say this the same that we have today. It's nothing different. It's absolutely nothing different at all. So what would be the spirit? What would be the letter of the law? Let's get that first. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 3, and you can start at 3 and 6. Get there. So what is the spirit of the law and what is the letter of the law? What is that?
Book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3.
Hold on. Let me get there. Where you at? Verse 6. Did I say 6?
He said 6.
Let's get it. Actually start at, verse 6 is good.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Who also hath made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the spirit.
So not of the letter, but of the spirit, right? Go ahead.
For the letter killeth, but the spirit giveth life.
So the letter killeth, but the spirit giveth life. What does that mean? The letter killeth, but the spirit giveth life. What exactly does that mean? Keep going.
Verse 7. But if the ministration of death, written and engraven in stones, was glorious, so that the children of Israel could not steadfastly behold the face of Moses for the glory of his countenance, which glory was to be done away.
So that glory represents the law, the old covenant that will be done away. And it's saying that it is glorious. It is glorious. So what was the purpose of the law? Let's get that out of the way. What was exactly the purpose of the law? The purpose of the law was to do what? Anybody in the chat? You can put it in the chat. What is the purpose of the law? The purpose of the law. Anybody in the chat?
I don't see nobody yet.
Nobody yet? I tell you what, give me Romans 7 and 6. Remember, because our dilemma is, okay, we got a law. People say we follow the law. I'm gonna give y'all understanding. It says we follow the law. Following the law external would be the letter of the law. That's what it would be. That's exactly what it'll be. You got it? Let's get it.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
But now we are delivered from the law.
So now we are delivered from the law. What is the law? Do me one favor. Can you go up to verse 5?
Verse 5. For when we were in the flesh.
Salakia, go to verse 4.
Book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore, my brethren, ye also are become dead to the law by the body of Christ. So
what does that mean? Dead to the law by the body of Christ. Is that saying that we no longer have to follow the commandments? No, it's not saying that. It's not saying that. The law served its purpose. Watch, keep going.
That ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead.
Come on.
That we should bring forth fruit unto the Most High.
Keep going.
For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sin, which were by the law, did work in our members to bring forth fruit.
So
unto
it
death.
bring forth fruit unto death. All right. The purpose of that law was to show you what is lust. The purpose of the law is to show you what it is and what it means to transgress the law. It says in verse 6, but now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, because we were under that old covenant. We was under that law. And under that law, when you have a law, you have a judgment. When you have a law, you have a righteousness of that law. You have penalties that's against that law. All right. And you have things that you do that makes it right to correct what you did wrong in the law. So when it says, but now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in the newness of spirit. The New Testament brings in the newness of the spirit and not in the oldness of the letter. Not in the oldness of the letter. So then it says in verse 7, what shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin but by the law. So he said, we would not know sin but by the law. For I had not known lust except the law had told me, thou shalt not covet. So the law tells you that you should not lust. All right. No, it reveals that you are lusting if you covet. So it reveals that. So if you do that external and not from internal, but you're doing it from the external, that's the letter of the law. I hope you understand, but we're going to get a little bit more deeper into this situation. All right. Because I'm going to show you guys the difference in the letter of the law. Let's go to Isaiah 1, I think, and 11. 1 and 11. Hey, pull that. Can somebody pull that for me? Tells y'all he got that up and he downstairs. Can somebody pull that up, Salakia? Give us 1 second. Give me that Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 11. We're gonna go from 11 to 17. Now remember, tonight's class is Brotherhood class, and we're gonna get to that Brotherhood. I'm gonna show you how all of this is going to tie in with the Brotherhood. All right, you got that? Isaiah chapter 1 verse 11. All right.
Khan, this is Isaiah 1 and 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifice unto me?
So this is what the Most High is saying. This is what the Most High is saying under the old covenant. Read it again.
To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifice unto me?
So it's a question. He's saying, what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? Go ahead.
Saith the Lord. I am full of the blunt offerings of rams.
I'm full of your burnt offerings of rams. Go ahead.
And the fat of fed beasts. And I delight not in the blood of bullock or of lambs.
So he said, I'm full of all of this, or of goats. I'm full of all of this, man. I'm filled up with it. Keep going.
Or of he goats. When ye comes to appear before him, before me, Salakia.
Go ahead.
Who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts?
To tread my courts. Keep going.
Bring no more vain.
So he's saying, bring no more of that. Bring no more. Keep going.
Obsolations.
That means prayer. Go ahead.
Incense is an abomination unto me.
Come on.
The new moons and the Sabbath, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away. With it is iniquities.
Iniquity. I'm sorry.
Salakia. even the solemn
meetings. So
meetings.
Them meeting, none of that is good enough. Their Sabbath, he don't want to hear. He's sick of all of it. This is in the Old Testament. The reason why, he's going to show you why he was sick of it. Keep going.
Your new moons and your appointed feast, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me.
Mm-hmm.
I am weary to bear them.
Keep going.
And when ye spread forth your hand, I will hide my eyes from you. Yeah. When ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood.
Keep going.
Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doing from before my eyes. Cease to do evil.
So when he says wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doing from before my eyes, cease to do evil. What exactly is that saying dealing with the law? Is that an external thing or internal thing? Go ahead. Internal. One more. Verse 7.
Verse 17. Learn to do well.
Learn to do well.
Seek judgment.
Seek judgment.
Believe the oppressed,
Mm-hmm.
judge the fatherless, plead for the widow.
All right. I want you to go now. So the Most High here is saying, listen, it's not about the offerings. It's not about the Sabbaths. It's not just about the mechanical work of doing the sacrifices. It's about what's internal. It's about learning to do well. Remember, he said, I'm going to give you a new covenant between the house of Israel and the house of Judah. Not a covenant that I had given them when I led them out of the land by their hand. He said, but this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. I will put my laws where? Where? Give him the mic. Where?
In your heart.
What is that?
In your mind.
In your mind. In your mind. In your mind is the spirit of the law. In your mind is the spirit of the law. Give me Micah chapter 6 verses 6 through 8. It's always been about the mind. It's always been about the mind. Our ancestors was believing the law was external. So they was going by the letter of the what? The letter of the what? The law.
The law.
They was going by the letter of the law. If you go by the letter of the law, you're doing it legalistically, as they say. You're doing it external. You're doing it because it's saying, look, if you commit this act, the righteousness of that, you got to do this sacrifice. All right. So when you do this sacrifice, that's what makes it righteous. But that doesn't stop you from doing it. You understand? It's only telling you how to do a sacrifice, how to correct what you did wrong. It's not stopping you from doing it. You got that? Micah 6:6. You got it.
This is Micah chapter 6, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Wherewith shall I come before the Lord and bow myself before the high God?
Uh-huh.
Shall I come before him with burnt offering?
Shall I? He's sick of this. He's sick of the burnt offering and all of that. Keep going.
With calves of a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams?
Will he be pleased with thousands of rams? Thousands and thousands. Keep going.
Or with 10,000s of rivers of oil?
Uh-huh.
Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression?
Mm-hmm.
The fruit of my body for the sin of my soul?
Right.
He hath shewed thee, O man, what is good.
So he showed you, oh man, what is good. Keep going.
And what doth the Lord require of thee?
What does Yahweh require of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Go ahead.
But to do justly.
But to do justly. To do justly. All right. Not an external thing, an internal thing. Keep going.
And to love mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And to walk humbly with thy God.
That's what he requires. And in order to do that, there has to be a change internal. It can't be an external change. It has to be an internal change. So what is the spirit of the law compared to the letter of the law? I already told you what the letter of the law is, but Christ came to teach us the spirit of the law and to teach us through that spirit of the law, to teach us brotherhood. To teach us brotherhood. I'm going to show you. Go to Matthew chapter. Go to Matthew chapter 5. Go to Matthew chapter 5. Hey, gosh, pull, what I say, Matthew 5, and you pull. Nah, that's the wild. That's the wild. Go ahead, you got it? Let's go. Matthew 5 and 17. Salakia, give me Matthew 23 and 1. You hold Matthew 5 and 17 real quick. And you give me Matthew 23 and 1. Let's set the stage for the spirit of the law.
Khan. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
What does that mean? I'm asking the young man up front, you know? What does it mean that the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat?
Would it mean that they sit in the rightful person's seat, like they're not the rightful prophets to preach the law?
No, they no. You want to take a shot?
Khan, sir. It means that they are the leaders of Israel right now.
Yes, but I'm looking for something else. Okay, sitting in this. Go ahead.
I said they are the judges right
They're
now.
the judges. Remember, Moses is a Levite, right?
Khan.
So Moses set up the Levitical order. Okay, that Levitical order, I want everybody to understand, that is the police of the law. Okay, they're the ones that say you're wrong, you're right. They're the ones that sit and make the judgments. Okay, so the Pharisees and scribes sit in Moses' seat. So whenever anything happened, they come to them and they judge it. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 3. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe.
What does that mean? And do. What does that mean? Go ahead.
Because the Pharisees and scribes, they did teach the law. So he's saying, so the Christ is telling them to do.
No, just give me what it's saying and then wait for. So read it again.
It says, all therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe.
So what does that mean?
It's saying that they're teaching the law.
What they tell you,
do it.
Do it. Keep going.
Khan. That observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not.
So what is that saying? Young man in the front.
So is it saying like to always just listen to them?
Yeah. It say listen to them, but then it says but do not after their works.
Because wasn't they hypocrites? Was they hypocrites?
They were hypocrites. What's a hypocrite?
Somebody who is doing the opposite of
what they're saying.
Yeah.
So is Christ saying, don't do the law right here?
No.
He's actually saying, do the law, because that's what they were teaching. That's what they were teaching. They was teaching. So by doing it external and not doing it internal, that's not the letter of the law. That's not what the law was meant to do. All right, now go back to Matthew 5 and 17.
Khan. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Think not that I'm come to destroy the law.
So Yahushua was very clear. I did not come to destroy it. So to destroy it means that now you don't got to do none of the commandments. None of them. Because it's destroyed. He said, think not that I come to destroy. Don't even consider it. Don't let it come across your mind. Don't let it be a part of anything about you. So think not that I come to destroy the law. Keep going.
Or the prophets.
Uh-huh.
I am not come to destroy,
but to fulfill.
Uh-huh.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Until all be fulfilled. Now, is all fulfilled? Was everything fulfilled when Christ went to the cross?
No.
How you know that?
Because the kingdom of heaven isn't here yet.
Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it with a Christian, though. That ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it with a Christian. I can tell you that right now. Can you help him out? How do we know that Christ did not fulfill the law? Fulfill the whole entire law, meaning fulfill the law to the point that now we don't have to follow the commandments. That's what I was looking for.
Slakia.
What you got?
Because all the prophecies concerning him haven't been fulfilled yet.
All the prophecies pertaining to him hasn't been fulfilled, but do you have a precept? Can you give me a precept for that? Anybody? I mean, so not you, Slaki.
I think it's like Luke
Okay, I like where you going. Hey, y'all need to write this precept down.
25.
Y'all at the crib, if a Christian say that Christ was the end of the law and he fulfilled the whole law, this is a precept to help you understand that Christ didn't fulfill the whole law. And it's getting right to the point. What you got?
Hold on. I believe it's in like Luke 23 and 25. It's in Wales.
Okay. How about Luke 21 and 24? Write that down.
That's like it's right here.
You got it?
Come.
Let's get it.
This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
This is what Christ is saying that was going to happen after his death and resurrection. He's talking about what was going to take place in 70 AD. Take it from the top again.
Come. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Uh-huh.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
Keep going.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So the time of the Gentiles have to be fulfilled. And that's after Christ. So that's letting you know that everything is not fulfilled. It goes into what you were saying. It's a lot of things that got to take place before everything is done. So when someone says that when Christ came and he ended the whole old covenant, that's silly talk. That's silly talk. All right. Back to Matthew 5. Where you at? Tell them where you at.
Did you want Salaki? Did you want 17 again, or did you want to keep going?
You can keep going.
Khan. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
He shall be least in the kingdom of heaven. He shall be least in the kingdom of heaven. Keep going.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So we have established here that Yahushua did not come to destroy the law. He actually came to establish the law like us. We establishes the law. So go down to, okay, give me Exodus, if I may, give me Exodus chapter 20. I want you to give me Exodus chapter 20. I'm going to show y'all the spirit of the law. I want you to remember this. I want you to give me Exodus. I want one to give me Exodus 20 and 13. And I want you to read it. And then I want someone to give me Matthew 5 and 21.
Khan. This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 13.
You know what's so heavy about what we get ready to pull right here? You know, a lot of Christians try to say that you have to only follow the 10 commandments. They say, oh, it's just the 10 commandments. Those that do lean to the law a little bit. They say, you just got to follow the 10. You don't got to follow everything else. That's silly talk. Because The Levitical law explains these 10 commandments. The law explains these 10 commandments. All right? You got it?
Come on, Khan.
Let's get it.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. Now, thou shalt not kill can be very broad, but thou shalt not kill is the letter of the law. Is the letter of the law. How do you determine the spirit of that? What's the spirit of thou shalt not kill?
If I may, I would say, like, without reason.
I like where you're going. I like where you're going. What you got?
I was going to say, to be like a vigilante, you start taking the law in your own hands.
Okay, you going heavy. You're going heavy. This nigga talking about going out. Vigilante. All right. I like where you was going. What did you say again, young man in the front?
I said without reason, without like
having something against someone. Now, is this okay? So now let's look and see what Christ taught about this law and how Christ taught the spirit of the law. How did Christ teach thou shalt not kill when it's the spirit of the law? You got it? What you got?
Matthew 5:21.
Hold on, let me get that. Hold on. Hold on, let me get that. All right, go ahead.
Khan, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not kill.
Stop. So that's what we talking about, right? Thou shalt not kill, right? So Yahushua is saying, Christ is saying, listen, you heard in old how thou shalt not kill, right? That was the letter of the law. He's about to teach the spirit of that. Go ahead.
And whosoever shall kill shall be in the danger of the judgment. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
What is he saying right there? He's saying exactly what you're saying. Because look, thou shalt not kill, right? He says, Christ, this is the spirit of thou shalt not kill. He says, but I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother, that's an internal thing. With his brother, without a cause, shall be in danger of judgment. So now Christ is talking about the spirit of the law. Because if you don't have anger built up inside of you, it would not cause you to kill your brother. So he's trying to teach you the spirit of the law. Don't be angry with your brother internal, because that's dangerous and it can lead to a judgment. It can lead to you breaking the law. So Christ is saying, look, it has to be an internal thing. You can't have nothing against your brother internal. Keep going.
Khan.
Now, notice it's not saying mankind. All right. It's talking about your brother. Keep going.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council.
Now, what does he mean when he says Raka? It means that you got something against your brother, and what does that mean? You know what it mean? You know what it mean? It means that you calling them an insult. I mean, an insult, because it's something internal. So you coming at his neck. You're like, man, I'm sick of this boy, man. I hate this boy. He remind me of a clown. He's just a snake. He's a rat. He's all of these things, and you building that up internal. All right. You're going to be in danger of counsel, because Christ came to teach us the spirit of brotherhood here. Keep going.
But whosoever shall say thou fool shall be in danger of hellfire.
So it's an internal thing. Keep going.
Khan, verse 24. Leave there thy gift before the altar and go thy way. Slakia. Verse 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there rememberest that thy brother had aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar and go thy way. First be
reconciled to thy brother. Go ahead.
And then come and offer thy gift.
So everything he's saying is about, look, man, having something against your brother internal can lead, that malice can lead to you being in danger of counsel. So the spirit of the law is don't have nothing against your brother. And if your brother offend you, what you got to do?
You gotta go to him alone.
You got to go to him alone. See how it corrects it? You got to go to him alone because Christ came to teach the spirit of the law. Because if you don't, give me 1 John 3:15. This very law that thou shalt not kill, and whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of a judgment. If you understand thou shalt not kill and understand the spirit of that, it'll never lead you to this. You got it? 1 John 3:15.
Come. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Is a murder. So listen, Yahweh Shai is saying, if you hate your brother, you're a damn murderer. You're a murderer. You know why? Because Cain hated Abel. Remember, Cain hated Abel. And the Most High came and talked to him and spoke to him about that. We're gonna come back to this. Let's get to let's look at that. Let's go to Genesis chapter, what's that, 4? Let's go to start at verse. We can get right to it. Now we know that they gave an offering, and the Most High accepted Abel's offering and didn't accept Cain's. All right. So when he, that's where we're gonna take it from. You can start at chapter 4 and verse 5.
Genesis chapter 4 and verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen?
So right then and there, Cain had an issue with his brother. He was manifesting the letter of the law. The spirit of the law wasn't in him because he had an ought against his brother. He hated his brother. Keep going.
Verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
So if you do well, if you do right, in order to do right, it's an internal thing, youngin. It's something internal. It's not something that external. It's an internal thing. It has to come from within. All right. And he said, if you do well, you're going to be accepted. That's just like any of us. Right? Keep going.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
Keep going.
And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother.
No rap at all, and slew him. Slew him. No rap at all. You know why? Because he didn't have the spirit of the law. He hated his brother, internal, and it led to him killing his brother. All right. So the spirit of the law is exactly that. Give me Exodus 20 and 14, and then somebody else give me Matthew 5 and 27. Remember, we're looking at the spirit of the law, the spirit of the law. But right now, in Exodus 20 and 14, he's going to read the letter of the law. Remember, they're not understanding that this is not an external thing. This is an internal thing. What you got? You got it?
I got the Matthew verse.
Who got Exodus 20 and 14?
Salaki, 20 and 14.
20 and 14. Remember, you got the spirit of the law and you got the letter of the law. The letter of the law leads to death because it's telling you about what you're doing and why you need to be saved, why you need the Most High, because you're transgressing. All right. They didn't get the spirit. You got it?
Con.
You got it.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Boom. Thou shalt not commit adultery. That's the law. Adultery in different countries and different places can have different statutes, different rules. Y'all understand what I mean by that? Adultery. Go ahead. You about to say something?
Well, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right.
What's that?
So like I was gonna say like laws of the land.
But yeah, because laws of the land are different in different places. All right. So when it says thou shalt not commit adultery, if I read thou shalt commit adultery in a place where that country allows you to have more than one wife, and then I go to a country where you're only allowed to have one wife, those laws are different. The rules are going to be different, even though it says thou shalt not commit adultery. And that law says thou shalt not commit adultery. But the rules to that is different. All right. It's the same thing dealing with the Bible. When the Bible says thou shalt not commit adultery, we have a law to that. All right. I'm not going to get too much. Matter of fact, do you know what the law of adultery is? How can one commit adultery? Anybody?
You commit adultery by either a man sleeping with another man's wife,
right,
or that woman sleeping with somebody who is not her husband.
Exactly. So therefore, that's adultery under our law. Now, that's the letter of the law. Let's look at this. How would Yahweh Shai teach the spirit of adultery? Not to commit it. Go ahead.
Would it be like in the mind, like you lusting?
Same thing. Everything now, when Christ came to teach the spirit of the law, he was teaching what's supposed to be internal, what's supposed to be in your mind. I'm gonna say it again. When he gave us that first covenant, he said he led us out by our hand. He said, but this time I'm going to put that law. When he led us out by our hand, he gave us the law. He gave it to us. But this time he said, I'm going to put it in your mind. I'm going to give you the spirit of the law. So we read, thou shalt not commit adultery. Now let's look at the spirit of it. Who got it? Matthew 5:27. Matter of fact, yeah, just go Matthew 5:27.
Khan, this is Matthew 5:27.
Mm-hmm.
You have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
So what is that saying? That's saying exactly what the young man just said in the front, because it's saying whosoever look upon the woman in lust. Now, if you take that verse by itself, you're not going to understand what it's talking about. But if you take verse 27, when he says, thou shalt, you was heard of, read it again one more time.
Khan. 27. You have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery.
So he's letting you know based on the law, right? The letter of the law of old, thou shalt not commit adultery. But then Christ takes it, he ups the ante by teaching you the spirit of that so you won't do it. That's what he's doing. He's teaching you the spirit of it so you won't do it. Go ahead, read.
But again? I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
So you've already done it in your heart. Remember, Yahweh Shai came to change the heart, to give you a new spirit, right? He came to give a new spirit. Was that prophesied in the Old Testament that he would give a new spirit?
Khan.
What you got?
Jeremiah 31 and 31.
You got Jeremiah 31 and 31?
Talk about the new covenant.
Does it say it's going to give you a new heart? Give me Ezekiel 36 and you just give me We're going to start at verse 36 and 24.
Khan. This the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 24.
Go ahead.
For I will take you from among the heathen.
So the Most High is saying about the Israelites that I would do what?
For I will take you from among the heathen.
Go ahead.
And gather you out of all countries.
Keep going.
And will bring you into your own land.
This is what we're going to receive, the salvation that we're going to receive. Keep going. And when he do that, go ahead.
Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you. And ye shall be clean from all your filthiness.
What is that clean water?
The word.
The word. The word is that clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. Go ahead.
And from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you.
So he's saying, I'm going to give you a new heart. Is that talking about an organ? It's talking about new way of thinking. A new way of thinking. A new heart also will I give you. Go ahead.
And a new spirit will I put within you.
He said, I'm going to put a new spirit in you. So I'm going to take out that old spirit. And I'm going to give you a new spirit. All right. That's the spirit of the law. That's the spirit of the law. Keep going.
And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh. And I will give you an heart of flesh.
Keep going.
And I will put my spirit within you.
I will put my spirit within you. That's the spirit of the Most High. Keep going.
And cause you to walk in my statutes, like it. Statutes. And ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
Okay, so now this was prophesied that Yahushua would come and he would give you a new heart. He would give you a new heart. He would take away that stony heart and give you a new heart. So when they was given the commandments, was this always the intent? Was it always the intent for them to understand the spirit of the law? Anybody?
I wouldn't say.
You wouldn't say that? What would you say? Go ahead.
Like in the Old Testament, like I wouldn't say they were teaching like the spirit behind the law, like behind the letter of the law.
Okay. What you got, young
I would say
like a Rob Salakia.
I would say Khan. I don't want Khan. It was intended for them to understand.
It was intended for them. What is the precept that you will pull to show that? Can you give me one in the old and give me one in the new? What would be a precept for that? Give me Rome. Write it down. Romans, and then they try to say that this is a New Testament. This is a New Testament concept. That's what they try to say. We're gonna go to Romans 2 and 28 and 29.
You said Romans 2:28?
28 and 29.
Khan. This the book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter. So
it's showing the difference right here. It's not in the letter, it's in the spirit of it. So it's saying he is a Jew, which one is he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart. Where is that coming from? Is that a new concept? Where does it come from?
I mean, there was a lot of spots in the Old Testament.
Give me one.
We can give
just so that they can have a precept and put it in there. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 16.
Khan. This the book of Deuteronomy. Oh, Slakia, dang. Now I see.
Deuteronomy 10 and 16.
Khan. This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 16. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked.
All right. They're gonna get you right. They're gonna get so the spirit of the law is exactly that. All right. The spirit of the law is not teaching the letter of the law at all. It's not an external thing. Remember, Christ came to do what? Christ came to change that internal man, the spirit of the law. All right. That's what he came to change. Now, when we talk about these precepts, we spoke on these precepts. And what is a precept of men? Because that's what we're fighting. We're fighting and battling precept of men. Precept of men would be how they see the scriptures. I'm going to give you an example. Can you go to Mark chapter 7? Go to Mark chapter 7. This is the issue. This is one of the issues that I want you to go down to. Hey, get that young man a Bible. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go to. Is that in Matthew 5 too?
What's that?
We'll talk about the wash hands. No, that's in Luke. I mean, Mark 7. We're going to start at verse 3.
Khan. This is Mark chapter 7, verse 3. For the Pharisees.
Salakia, start at verse 1 so we get context. We got
Khan. Verse 1. Then came together unto him the Pharisees and certain of the scribes, which came from Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with the defiled, that is to say, with unwashed hands, they found fault. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands, eat not, holding the tradition of the elders.
What's key? What jumps out at you in verse 3? Anything jump out at you at verse 3? You can put it in the chat. Go ahead.
Khan, just the point you was making earlier about like the Pharisees,
right?
Like teaching the law, but not really like doing the law.
Doing the law, okay. All right.
Just the word Pharisee, just seeing that.
Okay.
He said by your tradition.
Listen, very important. When it says holding the tradition of your elders, we don't give a damn about the traditions of men. We don't give a damn about the tradition of elders. We don't give a damn about that. You know, I don't give a damn about taking my hat off in a building. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's traditions of America. And that's the issue. When you start battling and comparing the traditions of man up against God's traditions, that's a problem. That's a problem. So he says the holding, very important, the tradition of the elders, keep going.
And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not. And many other things there be, which they have received to hold, as the washing of cups and pots, brazen vessels, and tables. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashed hands?
So he said, listen, man, they're asking, you got these boys out here eating and they ain't got no washed hands. This is to them, this is terrible. This is terrible. This is what he's saying, right? Go down to verse 7.
Come on, Khan.
This is what Christ said.
Verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
So if someone is teaching you the commandments of men, like for instance, I'm gonna give you one. One of the commandments of men is when you're done with one woman, you throw that one away and you go get another one. That's a commandment of men. That's a tradition of men. I'm gonna throw her away and I'm gonna go get another one. No, you keep her and you go get that one too. That's what the Lord said. That's the commandment of the Lord. But even though it feels like it's a good thing, you know why it feels like it's a good thing? Because you're in America and you get validated for doing things that America, the tradition of men, want you to do. So you get validation from that. That's what you get. But we all know now that that's not the case. And Christ said, this is for the young man that just came in. Christ said it's not what goes in the mouth that defiles the man, it's what comes out of the mouth that defiles a man. Pertaining to this, what did he mean by that? What does he go ahead? Give him the mic.
It means what goes in your mouth, right? But what comes out your mouth is more important than anything.
Right.
That defines you
And that's true. You heard what he said? It's what comes out. You know why what comes out is because from the go ahead.
Because what comes out, why it defines you is because that tells you about that man, first of all.
Exactly.
Number one.
Right.
Even if he's knowledgeable or if he's not knowledgeable, if he's God sent, if he's not God sent,
right.
It let you know how a man is, what words comes out of his mouth.
And that's what Christ came to change. That's the spirit of the law. That's the spirit of the law. When one speaks from the abundance of the heart, the man speaks. From your mind, you speak. That's what Christ came to change. Give me verse 19.
Khan. Verse 19. Because it entereth not into his heart.
It what?
But entereth not into his heart.
Because it entered not into his heart. If those commandments, thou shalt not kill, the spirit of it, I just showed you. You can't have nothing internal against your brother, against your people. Because the internal part is what starts to manifest the anger, the malice. It calls you to strike out. It calls you to do things. If someone came and you bought them some food and you gave them the food and then they took the food and took part of the food and threw the rest of the shit out the window and said, next time, nigga, get me what the fuck I asked for. That's not somebody that's heart right towards you. Their heart ain't right. Christ came to change that. He came to give you a different way of doing things that is internal. It's not external. It's not an outward thing, right? So it says, because it entered not into the heart, you can't do it. Because the law, thou shalt not kill, did not enter into your heart to get the spirit of the law, it didn't enter. So now you got a beef against your brother and you want to harm him. You want to do something to him. That's not the spirit of the law. Keep going.
Khan.
Take it from the top.
Khan. Because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats.
Keep going.
And he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defieth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men.
Notice he keeps saying, out of the heart. You know, when I was a Christian, you know what I used to think that was? I'm ashamed to say it. I thought this was the organ. I used to describe this. Oh, this is the center of man. Yeah, it was terrible. You too? It was terrible. Yeah, I went down. General Muhammad set me straight. Yeah, I mean, he set me straight real quick on this one. But I really believe that, because as a Christian, you're not thinking about it's your thought. It's what's in your mind. Christ came to change your mind. Go ahead. What you got?
So, like, would this be a precept for that? In Ecclesiasticus 5:2, it say.
Hold on, let me get there. Go ahead.
It say, "Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart."
Damn right. Everything about the New Testament is not about taking all of those commandments and getting rid of them. It's about internalizing them. Internalizing them so you won't break them. That's what it's about. It's not about at all, I'm going to say it again, it's not at all about the external action of it. Remember, it says that the Pharisees and scribes was doing that. Do as they say. They say a lot of things, but not as they do. You know who was good at that? Guerrilla Hebrew. What's his name? Arbery or some shit like Salaki. He was good at that. Do as I say, but not as I do. Here's a man that was going out and teaching, but yet internal, his heart wasn't changed. This was a man that wasn't in the ISUPK. He wasn't in the school. That means he wasn't in the right path. He wasn't under Moses. This was a brother that came among us and went out and got another leader. He got another leader because his heart wasn't there. His heart wasn't into it. He didn't really have a real true love for his brothers. If you got a real true love for your brothers, you never want to leave your brother's side. You ready to die with your brother. Brotherhood is so vital. It's so important. Give me back to Mark 7. Let's finish that off. 7, and we stop at
21.
All right, you got it.
For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murderers, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things.
All of these evil things, go ahead.
Come from within.
They come from where?
Come from within.
They come from within. I'm going to say it again. When you have an ought against your brother without a cause, that's a problem. That's problematic. Because malice, it grows. Yeast, it rises. You want to change that. You want to allow the spirit of the Most High to come within you. Remember, he said, I'm going to put my spirit in you. Let's get back to Matthew 5. Matthew 5, we're going to go down to 20. Go down to 29.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 29.
Salakia, I want you to start at 27.
Verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery.
So once again, that's the external. That's the actual law. How could that law get inside of you? This is how. Keep going.
But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart.
So already in your mind, you already done did it. You already done did it in your mind. You thinking about it, nigga, when you get the right opportunity, you gonna do it. When it presents the best opportunity, you gonna do it. All that you talking to her and you kicking it with her and nah, it's in your heart. It's in your heart already. This is why Christ said that if you lust after her, where would you lust from? Internal, right? You did it already. Just like Cain. Cain thought about and hated his brother already internal. And Cain killed Abel. It was internal. Remember, once again, Christ came to give us the spirit of this law. Keep going.
And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out.
What does he mean by that? Go ahead, give him that.
Whatever is stopping you from seeing the truth, you gotta take it away.
All right, what you got on it? That's what you was gonna say?
Khan, I was gonna say something along the lines of, like, if you can't like stop yourself from looking at something or doing something,
get rid of it. That's exactly what it's saying. It's not saying, go ahead.
Means flush out the mind.
Exactly. Completely.
Flush.
Get it out of there. All right? Get it out of there by all means necessary. He says, if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. That's very extreme. But he's telling you how important it is to get rid of that hate, or get rid of that dislike, or get rid of whatever it is that's internal that may be causing you not to follow the spirit of the law. Keep going.
And cast it from thee.
Get it out of there. Go ahead.
For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish.
So it's better. It's better for one of your members of your body to perish. Go ahead.
And not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Not the whole thing. So get rid of what's holding you back. Get rid of what's stopping you from following the law properly, not external, but internal. Keep going.
And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
That's what he's saying. It's very, very important. It's very important. Give me Colossians 3:5.
Come.
You got it.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 5.
Come on.
Mortify therefore your members.
Do what?
Mortify therefore your members, which are upon the earth.
Come on.
Fornication, uncleanness, affection, evil concubines, and covetousness, which is idolatry.
Right.
For which things the wrath, for which things seek the wrath of God cometh of the children of disobedience.
See, this bring forth death. All of these things lead to death, uncleanliness, fornication. When you commit in these acts, it leads to death. It leads to death in a twofold, spiritually and physically. Because messing with somebody red, man, you could get killed for that.
Right.
All right. Hating your brother, running up on him. You don't know what he got. You can get killed for that. But spiritually, it separates you from the Most High. So modify, therefore, your members, which is up on earth. All right. Give me 1 Corinthians 9:27.
Salakia, chapter 9.
1 Corinthians 9:27.
Come on, Khan. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
So listen, get it under subjection. Whatever issues, whatever things you got that's hindering you and stopping you from getting the spirit of the law. I'm not talking about just mechanically doing it. We're not talking when all of those commandments that the Most High gave us, he did not give it to us for an external thing. All right. He did not, because remember, back then when you committed a transgression, it's a possibility that it's a sacrifice or something that you can do to make it right. That's not, he want you not to do it.
Right.
He want you not to sin. Give me this last one. Give me Hebrews 10 and 26.
Come on, Khan. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26.
My goodness, boy, he there already. Good night.
For we sin willfully.
For if we, go ahead, read it again.
For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
So now it's different from the old covenant. The old covenant, you can sin willfully and then just go and do a sacrifice, whatever it is. All right. I ain't talking about one that leads to death. I'm not talking about that. But he says, for if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, keep going.
There remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
There's no more sacrifice for your sin. Keep going.
But a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation.
So something, you're going to be judged. Christ is going to judge you for this. He's going to judge you. Keep going.
Which shall devour the adversaries.
So no sin. We don't want to sin willfully. We don't want to be sinners. Now, I know Christians like to say that you're always going to sin. They say, you know, you can't stop sinning and you're always going to be a sinner. That's not the case. We're going to close out with this. Give me 1 John 2.
Khan. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2. My little children, these things write I unto you, that ye sin not. And if any man sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Yahushua Mashiach.
So he says, sin not. Sin means the transgression of the law. So if you got the letter of the law, you won't be transgressing the law because it's an internal thing. Keep going.
Khan, the righteous. And he is the propitiation for our sins.
He is that's the atonement for our sins. Keep going.
And not for ours only, but also for the sins of the whole world.
Keep going.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
So if you keep his commandments, that's an internal thing. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man, I'm on strict protocol internal. I can't help it. I've been in the school so long, the laws now are written on my mind. It's an internal thing. I can't help it. It's like a muscle memory. The law is like a muscle memory now. I can't help it. You understand what I'm saying? It's an internal thing. He has put his spirit up on me. Keep going.
Khan. He that saith I know him and keepeth not his commandments.
Now that was that, and keepeth not his commandments. That's someone that's doing it by the letter. That's not someone that's doing it by the spirit. If he say that he know him and he keep not his commandments, go ahead.
Is a liar.
Is a what?
Is a liar.
Uh-huh.
And the truth is not within.
Ain't no such thing as I'm going to still sin. That's a lie. Nowhere in the scriptures does it say you're going to continue to sin.
Right.
Christ told the woman at the well, go and what?
Sin not.
Sin no more. He said, go and sin. He gave her mercy and said, go and sin no more. When you are in Christ, you stand in a newness of life. Your mind is different. Your mind starts to be renewed.
Right.
Because the law corrects you. And by the law correcting you, it becomes a part of you. By you using the law to correct you. Listen, you drive on the road every day. You know the law. You know you can turn on red. You know you got to stop at red. You got to go at green. You got to be cautious with yellow. You know the train tracks. You know the crossing signs. You know all those laws. You know why? Those laws is in you. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, that's how we move. That's how we operate. We operate within those laws. And when you come into the school, we start to renew your mind. And you start to keep the commandments. And you start not to be a liar. And you start to be one that is in the truth and not one is lying. Verse 5.
Khan. But whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected. Hereby we know we that we are in him.
Keep going.
He that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk, even as he walked.
So even as he walked, Christ didn't break the law. He didn't break the commandments. I don't know where Christians get this idea that you can break the commandments. I just don't get it. The Christians are the only ones that say they love God, but they don't do nothing he said.
Right.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Keep going.
Come on.
Huh?
I said they take the time money though.
Oh yeah, they definitely do that. They definitely do that. Keep going.
Salakia.
Verse 7. This is that spirit of brotherhood that we trying to make sure that gets in you and you walk in that. You got it?
Nah, Salakia. Yeah.
1 John 2:7.
The water.
Actually, Salakia. Go down to verse 8.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is past, and the true light now shineth.
Keep going.
He that saith he is in the light, and hateth his brother,
And do what?
And hateth his brother.
This is once again, this is an external thing. This is the letter of the law. If you hate your brother, you're operating in the letter of the law. Keep going.
Is in darkness even until now.
Keep going.
He that loveth his brother abideth in the light. And there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
Keep going.
But he that hateth his brother is in darkness and walketh in darkness. And knoweth not whither he goeth, Salakia, because that darkness had blinded his eyes.
All right. So question. He said in verse 8, he says, and again, I give a new commandment. Is this a new commandment? It's not a new commandment because of verse 7. This is the summary of everything that we've been saying. Remember, we started out, thou shalt not kill. And then we went to how Christ broke down, thou shalt not kill. I really want y'all to really get that. Christ broke down, thou shalt not kill, by not saying, thou shalt not do harm to other humans. He didn't say, thou shalt not kill a human. He said, thou shalt not kill thy brother. Thou shalt not have something against thy brother. And then he says, I give a new commandment. I write unto you which things is true. This is why it's not a new commandment. It's just that we got away from that. And now Christ is bringing that back. And he says it in verse 7.
Come. Brethren, I write no new commandment.
What?
Brethren, I write no new commandment.
So Christ is saying, listen, man, I'm not giving you a new commandment. This is not something new. Keep going.
Unto you, but an old commandment.
But this just ain't doing it because y'all do not have the spirit of the law. You had the southern kingdom definitely has something against the northern kingdom. The Jews, we definitely had something against those that was not circumcised on the 8th day.
Right.
We definitely had those that was being called by another nation name. We definitely had something against our brother because he was Hellenized. But Christ is saying, no, we gotta forgive them and let them come back. So he says, I write no new commandment unto you, but an old commandment. Go ahead.
Which ye had from the beginning.
The
old commandment is the word which ye have heard from the beginning. Again, a new commandment I write unto you.
So now he's letting you know. Keep going.
Which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness in Salakia, because the darkness is past and the true light now shineth.
So now you get it. It's not. He's saying, listen. If you hate your brother, if you got something against your brother, you in darkness.
Right.
But if you forgive your brother and understand that it's an internal thing and brotherhood is so vital and together we stand and divided we fall, now you're walking in the light. If you love your brother, go down to verse 15.
Come. Verse 15. Love not the world.
Love what?
Love not the world.
I thought it said God so loved the world. But he's saying love what?
Love not the world.
Uh-huh.
Neither the things that are in the world.
Keep going.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
Khan. It's not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father.
And that's how you would murder your brother. All of those things. Because it's something that is internal. If you hate internal and not having brotherhood internal, it's going to manifest murder. It's going to manifest those things. So Christ came to teach us the spirit of the law and not the letter of the law. Any questions? We good? Any questions online? All right, we're going to pass the class over to precinct officer, Mutaza Yah.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves on the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they have to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is the commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashara. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory, whatever amount you like to donate. You can put it in that box right over there by the lion's head, all right? Or if you got a bottle, libations, we take that, put that in the back, all right? Upcoming Holy Convocations, we have the Feast of First Fruits coming up June 8th. That will be right here, unless otherwise notified, but that will be right here, June 8th. That's on a Sunday, I believe, at 202 North DuPont Boulevard. If you're in the Delaware area, 202 North DuPont Boulevard. All right, that's the Feast of First Fruits. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf like this brother right here. With that being said, men of Israel, Amaya, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Amaya Shabbat, Amaya, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barak
Yahweh, which means hands down. Sar, which means to turn. We're going to give the sister a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amaya Shabbat, Amaya, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Adam B'Shem Yahweh
Yahweh, class dismissed.